and also the sweet foods, extremely sweet foods like ice cream, like cakes, donuts with I've seen people now even here in Uganda where we sell donuts. Then on top of the donuts we put
some
syrup.
sprinkles or
Syrups. Those syrups, yeah. So
Oh
those
my
are the
goodness.
sugars we are trying to eliminate from the diet,
Wow.
Mr. Kamara.
How about some of the street foods that people is try to indulge in?
Like
Do we have some street foods that may have the sugars that
the
you are speaking
sweets,
about?
yeah, the sweets.
The chapats?
The chapats have carbohydrate. Of course, carbohydrate is it has refined carbohydrate, but right now we are talking about the sugar, the direct sugar,
Okay.
not the sugar that is in food,
Okay.
in the
in a complex
carbohydrates.
foods. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're getting to complex carbohydrates actually. What are some of the complex carbohydrates that you're encouraging people to take in reverse of the other ones? Okay, when in the morning, if a person wakes up in the morning, maybe wants to take tea, let's draw a normal routine. And we have recommended a person to leave the table sugar. And I've made my millet porridge. What should I add inside? What is my accompaniment next?
Okay. So we are saying that you could replace the table sugar with maybe honey. Yes, it is also a form of sugar, but the sugar in honey is fructose. It is not as dangerous, and it is not easily digested like the sucrose in the cane sugar. So you could use honey, or you could go away with the sugar.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So that is the resolution I've had.
And then the fruits, like if you want to make like juice, instead of adding sugar, so like if you have passion fruit, you have mango, those fruits have their sweet
sugar.
Yes, they have the fructose. The fructose in the fruits is sweet enough for you to take the juice without adding sugar. Also, but here we're talking about juice without water, or with very little water. You understand? Most of the times we add sugar because we have added water in the juice. So, or you could use like a pineapple. The pineapple could sweeten the juice instead of adding the cane table sugar. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you said, what would your accompaniment be if you're avoiding like white bread? If you want to avoid chapat made of white wheat flour, so you could use things like whole. What is this cereal?
Whole grain cereals.
Yes, whole grain cereal. You could use whole grain bread that is there in supermarkets. Yeah, in the big supermarkets you could get the whole grain bread. You could make pancakes at home. You don't need to buy pancakes. You could make pancakes at home, and you don't add sugar in those pancakes if you're a sugar person. Yes, so pancakes are usually sweet even when you do not add sugar. And then you could also make other, like here in Uganda we have Aganda, tuli Baganda. We are Ugandans,
Yes.
like
Uganda.
Uganda. You can make katogo. Why do you have to think of English
of buns,
of buns, of bread?
You can even boil sweet potatoes.
You can boil sweet potatoes.
Gonja.
Gonja. Yeah, gonja, cassava.
Or roast some cassava at home.
Yeah, you even boil it.
To make sense.
It makes sense.
Wow.
Yes. Or it make some whole grain rice and sauce, and you don't have to have bread for breakfast. I've seen in homes where children, for them, if they don't eat bread for breakfast, they say, where is the breakfast? Because they know that breakfast is bread and milk and any other fruit, because the parents have not
introduced other feeds.
Children to know that breakfast is the first meal you have
immediately from the bed.
Exactly. For them, they think breakfast is eating bread
and
milk and a fruit, or maybe pancakes. They'll think that is breakfast.
Or
then
cakes.
We eat or cakes. Then we eat lunch. Lunch is
rice.
The local food
is rice, peanuts, matoke, or posho.
Yes. So we should not think of. So when we are here, Mr. Kamara, we should not think of the book, or the English lifestyle. No, we are talking about the Ugandan lifestyle. If you wake up and have your kashera, for us who are Bachiga, maybe our homes always have kashera. You don't have to, do the English breakfast. Have your katogo with your kashera. The kashera, the sugar in the kashera
is enough.
Yeah, you don't have to have the whole warm porridge with sugar. You can have your cold kashera with your katogo, and
you relax.
Yes,
you have a fresh mind
for that day. Yes, and make sure that the category is balanced. There is a carbohydrate, there is a protein, there is a
vitamin,
a vegetable, and a fruit. And your kashera, instead of taking chai mukaru
with a lot of sugar,
that is basically
it is
water.
Only a sugar kashera.
Yeah, it is water and sugar. Make your kashera.
Then plus 3 chapats.
Plus, yes. So if we are to go into the Ugandan setting, actually, that is a very healthy breakfast without sugar.
Indeed.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Chembo Pamela. Ms. Chembo Pamela is a public health nutritionist and a senior lecturer at Makerere University School of Public Health here in Kampala. And of course, we are talking about the Zero Sugar Challenge, why people need to adapt to our local grown foods, the sorghum. I have spent time without seeing people eating sorghum and so much more. So this puts us at a verge of telling people that we are losing our culture, and thus the emerging non-communicable diseases are very many, and the Ministry of Health and the other agencies and the partners cannot handle this surge. Rather, you as a person, you will find it very expensive for you to live healthier and so much more. Ms. Pamela, I have also seen these people in the modern dating. I don't know if when you started dating with your husband, where you used to meet. Nowadays, people meet in eating places that have those fast foods, that have a lot of sugar, that have a lot of salt. Previously, I was seeing a story. A man started dating a lady and would roast some maize for him and for her, and then he takes it tomorrow. And love grew, and they are 35 years in marriage. What is your say about the new dating mode?
Am I asking me difficult questions? Not
difficult questions, but just what's your experience and what's your call for the new couples on health eating, and especially the dating meeting places?
No, not actually. You don't have to first go on a date. Kamara, me, if I have my money, I take myself to Cafe Javas. I eat out. You understand? I can go out to eat on my hard-earned money, but that does not necessarily mean that I'm going to order a soda. If I go to Cafe Javas, I always eat vegetable wraps. I pay my 30K for a vegetable wrap.
Wow.
And a cup of milk. You understand? Milk, it's up to me to add the sugar, because the sugar is there. You can add if you want to add, or you can not add if you don't want to add. So it does not necessarily mean that if you eat out, you should eat junk food. No, there are healthy options, even in places where they sell junk food, except KFC. I think KFC only. Oh my goodness.
Disclaimer.
Okay, so most places, if they have even if they're selling junk food, they always have the healthy option. So you don't have, you as a person, you have to see which place, I mean on this menu, what is the healthier option. So if they have ice cream, if they have a cappuccino, if they have sodas, but I can decide to take my tea and I don't add the sugar in it. Instead of asking for a donut, you could ask them to make for you fried, like you said, these people have fried gonja. They could make for you a vegetable wrap with boiled meat or boiled chicken. You understand? Yes, instead of taking a sugary cake, or instead of taking bread.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Pamela. And disclaimer, please, disclaimer, we do not promote any of the businesses, or rather put down any of the businesses. The word said here do not represent Google Data Vision. They are rather personal opinions. Yes. So thank you so much once again for watching Google Data Vision. We'll go for a short quick break, but when we return we shall discuss more of the complications that are related to junk or unhealthy eating, and thus call for Zero Sugar Challenge. See you shortly.
Good Day TV, transforming your life.
Mu Uganda ekulaakulana bwe buli kyolaba n'osiima kyasookera mu kirooto kiikyo mu pulaani okutuuka mu kkolero gye kifulumira. Kati zimba wamu n'okuwagira ebyo bikoleddwa wano mu Uganda ng'olaba program The Industry buli Lwakusatu ssaawa 3 zennyini ez'ekiro wano ku Good Day TV.
Kyotubala batuwe mu seeti endowooza yo mu by'obusuubuzi ery'enzikiriza erikwata ku bannansi.
Nze omukyala mba nekakasa omusajja gwe nazaalamu omwana takimpa buzibu kumugamba nti twala omwana wo ku ddyenike.
Emisolo
musolo gwa tekinologiya saali gukkiriza.
Okwekalakaasa
gavumenti za Afrika temulimu kuteesa
n'okusengulwa.
Kyokugamba omuntu ng'omuwadde ennaku 2 abe ng'afuddewo omuntu alina abaana n'abazzukulu abamu balinawo n'ebijja kati balagewa.
Okimanyi nti eyo byonna n'enkyukakyuka ey'omugundu bitandika na ndowooza yo.
Abaana okubeera n'empisa okutambulira ku mulamwa balina tandika waka.
Tosubola endowooza zino okuba mu bitundu eby'enjawulo ne ku miramwa egy'enjawulo mu kanyomero kaffe akasinga obadde gwe lunaku olw'ekutalo wano Good Day TV mawulire gaffe agagudayo ku ssaawa emu nange Josephine Nakosi.
Join us for a lovely kids Christian program.
Saturdays, 9 a.m. on Good Day TV.
This show is perfect for the young, early teens and parents alike.
Experience lively praise and insightful teachings.
And an exciting talk show
where faith becomes an adventure. Tune in and be part of the joy every Saturday morning.
Don't forget, every Saturday at 9 a.m. on Good Day TV.
It's 252!
Good Day TV, transforming your life.
Thank you for being a very good watcher or viewer for Google Data Vision. We want to thank you and we want to value your time. Thank you for being here. And of course, just like I want to remind you, we are live streamed at Makerfu Gospel Church, Sapporo Kagwa Road, here in the studios, and where we're talking about the Zero Sugar Challenge. In the next couple of minutes, we shall share the phone number so that we can hear from you, say, about the Zero Sugar Challenge and how people could actually eat healthier and have healthier options. Of course, what could be your opinion, your commentary about the Zero Sugar Challenge, and what would you want people also to hear from what you say in your own perspective? Still, I'm having Madame Chembo Pamela, and she's still discussing with us. Now, just like I told you, we're going to discuss about the complications or the consequences or the results that come out of an intended to sugar intake or over sugar consumption. Over sugar consumption or sugar over consumption? Yes, please.
Yes. So thank you so much, Mr. Thank you so much, Mr. Kamara. So some of the complications of taking sugar, I think we all know the already was sukari, diabetes. How does sugar make you have diabetes? One, of course, it is sugar. Once you take a lot of sugar, it is going to... You
risk your body.
Yes, the sugar is going to basically go in the bloodstream. You understand? And it is going to concentrate there. And when you have a lot of sugar in the bloodstream, we know that sugar causes inflammation,
insulin resistance.
It causes insulin resistance, and then you end up with diabetes. And we know the complications of diabetes. We know diabetes destroys eyes. Diabetes makes you have diabetic feet. Diabetes affects the sexual life. Diabetes,
the liver,
it affects the liver, the kidneys, and also diabetes can cause you too much sugar can clog the arteries, and it brings about hypertension. Actually, diabetes and hypertension, they are like brothers and sisters. Once you have diabetes, you should always go and check for possibilities of hypertension. You understand? So that is one of the complications of taking sugar. And like I said, also sugar brings about inflammation. So high consumption of sugar has been linked with inflammatory diseases like rheumatoid arthritis.
What is that?
Arthritis is when you have inflammation of the joints. When your joints are swollen. Gout.
What are those diseases? Just to give a simple overview.
Okay, these inflammatory diseases are diseases like the arthritis, where you find that the joints, you cannot move your joints. These people have swollen joints. The joints are so painful. You know, the bones are rubbing
on each other.
Yes. And the inflammation is usually associated with
sugar consumption.
High sugar consumption. Then also we know that sugar is high calories. And what happens when you consume high calories? Obesity. You understand? And what is obesity? Accumulation of a lot of fat. And once you have that a lot of fat, then you find that obesity, the fat itself, one, it is going to cause you to have hypertension. It is going to cause you to have those diseases of joints, the joint pains. Actually, one of the treatments for arthritis is weight loss. You understand? Then we know that obesity is also associated with cancer. We know that obesity is associated with sleep apnea. We know what the diseases that are associated with obesity, the chronic diseases. So the sugar alone, consumption of high sugar foods will lead to obesity. Then also this sugar also has been linked to cancer. You understand? Your studies show that consumption of highly refined sugar causes cancer. And also cancer, of course, is as a result of inflammation. You understand? Yeah, so in short, high sugar consumption is a dangerous habit.
Okay.
And we have already talked about the sources of high sugar concentration. Yeah, in the before the break.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Pamela Chembo. And of course, I invite Mr. Brian to kindly share for us the contact number so that we can hear from our viewers about this very initiative by the nutritionists to discuss about the intake of sugar and why we need a regulation of our mouth, how you should eat and when you should actually eat it, and of course, in which amounts. Ms. Pamela, what could be the amounts of sugar to be taken by individuals?
We have already talked about that children need sugar. Adults we don't need. So the recommendation to me, it would be, let's take the natural sugars. Yeah, from fruits and vegetables and the food that we consume. That's enough sugar. Yeah.
As a nutritionist in the practice and experience, what are some of the challenges that people who would want to withdraw from sugar have faced?
Actually, it's not easy to go with sugar. Once you start to restrain yourself, then you start seeing the benefits. But you know, like once the stories I've seen is when people start withdrawing away from sugar, the first thing is that they find everything tasteless, and then the craving is there. The craving is there, but how do you kill that craving? One of the ways to kill the craving is to eat the sweet
sugar foods.
The foods that are sweet. Actually, those are not actually sugar foods, but they are sweet.
Maybe
the
fruits.
The fruits. So if you start craving for sugar, you can have like dates, because the dates have sugar in them.
They are sweet.
Yes, they are sweet. So you instead of having like tea with sugar, if you have your porridge, you can have a date. You can have like a handful of dates to take your porridge with.
Okay.
You understand? That is the craving is always there. The craving, but you have to fight the craving with eating. At first, eating the fruits because they are sweet. Take away the craving, and then you restrain. But the benefits. Actually, research shows that within 14 days, once you withdraw from sugar, you start becoming alert, like at work. Some people have said that the first 2 weeks, they are most productive once they don't take sugar or sugary foods. So they become very productive at work. They are always alert. You understand? Then they are always energetic. And then they start losing the fat because you start losing weight. They start losing weight, and if you accompany this with exercising, then some people have reported losing belly fat, because we said this sugar makes you have
the fatty deposits.
So once you stop taking it and you combine this challenge with exercise and a restricted calorie diet, then you start losing weight. You understand? And the most weight that is lost is fat around the stomach. So you find that people after like a month of withdrawing from the sugar, you find these people, they have started having good sleep, good quality sleep. You understand? They are sleeping better, they are productive at work, they are thinking better, they are alert. You get the point? Yes. So the benefits of
leaving sugar.
They are immense, and they are well documented. Yeah.
By the studies.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Pamela Chamber. And of course, dear viewers, if you have any opinion or your input about this very pertinent topic of discussion, please encourage to visit our social media handles and put in your input. You can visit our Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, Google Data Vision Uganda, and then we can hear from you and from your side what you have to tell us, what you have to say about when you left sugar or what you're trying to do if you want to leave sugar, and then we can have your expert opinion, and of course, and other viewers also hear from your side. Madam Pamela, there's some people who have said that actually leaving sugar would be very easy, but they find it's very hard. They can leave it maybe for the period of 20 days, then the next days they start again taking sugar. What could be the best adaptability methods that you can encourage our viewers tonight?
One, some people, you find like some people, they have like their fridges. Okay, if we are talking about like here in Kampala, you find the fridges full of sodas. You understand? So the first thing you do is get rid of the sodas, replace the sodas with fruits. You understand?
So you first remove sugar from your accessibility.
Yes. So don't have sugar in the house. Take away the junk food, the biscuits, the cakes, take them out and have healthy fruits. Have the fruits in your house.
Okay.
You understand? So that once you don't turn to a sugary food, or you don't turn to table sugar. We said that replace the sugar at home with honey, isn't it? Yeah, so that you're not tempted. If you like eating sweets, I have a friend, for her she would be like, but mom, how do you buy an apple? Like we're in town, I don't drink a soda. It is very rare unless I say today I'm going to drink a soda. You understand? I have put it in my head. I say today, because there are days when you cheat. You understand? So unless it is in my subconscious and I say I'm going to drink a soda today, maybe it is Christmas, everyone is drinking soda, I also drink a soda. Or I've gone out, you said, let me go and buy for ice cream. I put it in my mind that I'm going to eat ice cream. You understand? So, but it is once in maybe 6 months. But if you're the type of person who goes out and the first thing that comes to mind is buying a cake or buying a soda, now you can have, like we usually be having our friends, you can always tell your friends to remind you, hey, you promised yourself not to buy a cake. Instead buy a fruit. You understand? Yes, so it might be hard for you, but you might also need to share this information with the people so that they also always remind you. Like it becomes like an accountability. It's like when you're exercising, it is usually hard to exercise alone.
Very true.
It is very true, because we are not lying here. It is very true. But if you have like a group of 3 or 4 people and you exercise together, you're always accountable.
Any habit that you want to adapt needs another group of people.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's not sustainable.
It is not sustainable. If you're married, you can say that maybe you and your partner, you know, it is very hard for you. You're not drinking sugar, and other people, they are drinking sugar in the house.
Very.
You understand? So once you go home, you can talk to your children, talk to your partner, and say, you know, for these 90 days, let's try and not have sugar in the house. Yeah? And that's what I've told my household. These 90 days, no sugar. Everyone already knows. We have started the challenge.
Okay.
We want to see. Yes. So so that it is not hard for you. You know, they will always remind you. But you said that we are going to
not to buy sugar.
Yes. You said we are. You know, you do, and other people do. If anyone deviates, then you remind them. Or if you deviate, people can always remind you. You need support. It is not easy. Yeah, I know. It is not easy. We say these things here, but we know practically they are not very
They are hard to implement.
If you are the type who buys sodas at work, then you can choose to make juice at home. Or if you have been making juice and adding the sugar, we have seen the different ways in which you can have your juice sweet but without sugar. If you are the type who would buy the fermented kashera in the shops, you can decide to make it at home, because we know that one in the shops is likely to have added sugar. You understand? You can make it at home. You understand? Yes. So we should not complicate our lives. And don't overstrain. Don't overstrain. These things, the practicability is that you need support. Everyone needs support.
Very true.
Yes.
Ms. Pamela,
So you need support because the support will make you accountable.
There is also the tendency of you, when you do not buy sugar, and your people or other friends may, if you do not buy, you know, most of these processed foods or refined are somehow expensive. And of course, for you to access them, you have to be financially stable. So if you do not indulge in buying them, they will say, Pamela yagwamo, whatever tasawa no kugura KH1. So how can we demystify the complexity of saying that health eating is not necessary that you are aware of, I am not aware of?
And this is Africa, you know. I understand. I completely understand, Mr. Daniel, because when you're fat, even as ladies, when you were young and you used to be small, yes, people said, she looks nice. You're a girl and you have a nice, you're small, you're supposed to be small. When you become a woman, when you grow fat, kati mchala gundi katumali. It is true. It is true, because this is Africa. Now I've seen this. There are certain ladies who there is a certain lady I usually see her on YouTube. She's an Asian, and I've seen. I think in Asia it is trained for you to be small. If you're not small, it is weird to find Asians who are fat. For them, their culture, you have to be small. Otherwise, people will harass you. You understand? So here in Africa, being big or buying emere y'abazungu is we see it as fancy.
Fancy, we like it. You wish it. You wish it. Yes.
Naye bunachalo. Truth be told, bunachalo. Then you and it's our duty as a nutritionist to educate. So you educate them. If someone tells you, for you are not drinking sodas, someone comes to your home and the fridge has fruits, it has your kashera, it has water, then they shouldn't say that soda. You educate them. You tell them soda is not good for your health. This kashera is good for your health. It has the vitamins, has the minerals, it is fermented, it is good for your gut health. It is natural. The fruits are going to make your body healthy. You don't need sodas. So it is your duty to educate. Maybe you even get a follower who will also advocate for a better, a healthier lifestyle. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. This is real experience indeed. So just like we've said that most of the people here in Uganda, we believe that the more you grow big, the more you become fancy, the more we believe that you're already in the developed country. But you're here in Uganda, and of course, just like you have a lot of food, you have food at home, and there's a lot of food wastage now in Uganda, and so much more. You want to employ to be good citizens, you buy what you can afford to eat and complete, and avoid food wastage. Promote climate change. Remember, the foods that you dispose of, all those contribute to the climate change. Now, Madam Chembo, how would you want to conclude this very important topic to the Ugandans who are watching with us here on Google Day TV?
So to our viewers, I'd say I would recommend that we try out this challenge, and if we successfully complete the 90 days, we should not stop at the 90 days. It should be a lifestyle. Okay. And we have already said that we know it is not easy, and therefore we need support. You need to be accountable. You understand? So you need to tell people so that it is easy for you. These people will support you. They will remind you to continue with the sugar challenge, and but you also need to restrain yourself. You need to restrain yourself and be responsible for your own health. And I would recommend that this 90s zero sugar challenge, we should couple it with
some exercise
and planned meals.
Meal planning and portion control.
Meal planning.
People are going to tell that zero sugar now. They say, we've gotten this chance and we eat a lot. So you can give us your last remarks in mid to our topic, in your own conclusion, and of course we can leave it this at that. Okay, so in conclusion, therefore, I recommend, I've already said I recommend you start and we make it a lifestyle. You make it a lifestyle. Yes. Thank you so much, good viewers of Google Day Television. You've been so competent and fluent and loving Google Day Television since we began this very program, and of course this very end. I want to thank you. I want to encourage you to follow our social media platforms. You follow our television channel for the all Christian programs. Not forgetting that you can get saved wherever you are. Don't forget that we advocate for health, because disease prevention, it's very important for your performance as an individual. I am Kamara Daniel. I hope to see you next week, and shall talk about mental health related topics and so much more to come here on Health and Beauty program. I'm Kamara Daniel once again. Mwerawa.